We have a great big vision.
And wanted to just kind of take the reins ourselves and make it our own.
It's a really neat feeling, you know, you love that, and you take it in. My name is A.W. Storm Anderson. I am co-founder of the Halloween and Summer Festival, co-owner of Art on You Studios, and I do have some other cool titles out there like President Chamber of Commerce, artist, I'm a warlock.
My name is Renee M. Anderson. I am co-founder of the Halloween and Summer Festival and co-owner of Art on You Studios.
Started out on a seemingly average evening. It was about March of 2010. Renee and I were tossing around ideas of what could we do out in the community that would come genuine from us as the Halloween people and do something for the community and maybe even draw on some entrepreneurs out to this event that we were trying to concoct.
We had just opened our shop, had been open maybe 6 months at best, and we decided that, you know, since the shop was Halloween themed and it was our passion and our love, that we wanted to do something that truly reflected what it was that we found so fascinating with Halloween.
And we came up with Halloween in July, and it seemed great. You know, this is a cool idea. And we had this legal yellow pad and we're jotting down notes. We took it over to Benyon Gardner, who at that time was the president of Chamber of Commerce and was the manager of the bank over at Zion's, and pitched the idea to him.
He sat back in his chair and he said, "That's pretty ambitious. Do you think that's something that you can do?" And we both said, "Yeah," with childlike enthusiasm.
We were wide-eyed and giddy and said, "Yes!"
And he just kind of sat there and shook his head and said, "Okay."
And we ended up just doing a party that year.
And we had, you know, a little bit of music, had a DJ there, had a fun party, and that was basically the end of it for that year. The following year, what we wanted to do was add to it. We thought, well, maybe we can roll this a little bit more each year, get it going.
The next year we add in trick-or-treating, and due to some differences from another individual who also happened to do Halloween in July, we didn't realize that the same name already existed. We changed it to what it was going to ultimately become, Halloween and Summer Festival. And it was very fitting to call it that.
So we had a trick-or-treating event on Magna Main Street, and kids came in dressed up, had a 2-hour block. They trick-or-treated to almost every business on the road.
In the middle of July, and they went around to all of the other neighboring businesses along Magna Main. So this is drawing people into those businesses, drawing kids in there so they can get exposure to historic Magna Main.
And then later that night, we had the same party at what was then the filling station.
And it was incredible. Costumes, food, music. It was a great time. So we had to improve.
The third year, we had Trish Hull, who is the manager at the Magna Library, come to us, and she said, "You know, I think what you guys are doing is so great. I want to get involved. What can I do?" So the third year, we added what we call the Creature Feature Show.
So in the tradition of other horror-hosted shows like Svengoolie, Zach Early, Elvira, we decide we're going to do that over the library, and I got into makeup and costume, and at that time, Walt Watts, who's a very well-known makeup artist in this area, in fact has even traveled internationally to do his makeup artistry, did my makeup and helped me to create the character
Storm Van Ghoul.
And I would rise from my grave and present the hell-raising presentation of the Wolfman, you know, and it was great, it was fun. And that year was the year that garner some attention.
Year 4, we decided what we wanted to do was turn it into a full-fledged street festival. And that was our initial view from the very beginning. It was what we had always wanted to do with it. We wanted to make it as big as we could possibly make it.
We went to a meeting with Media One.
Everything sounded so great, and things just didn't work out the way that we had initially hoped.
At that time, what we were planning to do was to get a number of vendors through their platform, their marketing platform, emails, and it didn't quite work out. They only had 3 vendors for us. So we hustled and we went around, and within 3 weeks prior to the festival, we went to the Arts Festival, we went to West Fest, we went to Fantasy Con and others, and started capturing some attention of vendors that we could fill it up. And they did promise us all kinds of stuff. It didn't quite work out, but that's okay.
We decided to dissolve that relationship with them and wanted to just kind of take the reins ourselves and make it our own.
We still maintain a positive relationship with what is now Utah Media Group.
We have 120 booth registrants that will show up about 8 a.m. and the street festival goes from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. We have about 20,000 people that will be in the streets. We have Comic-Con.
And to have their endorsement is gigantic for us. They're going to be coming out with a quadruple-sized booth featuring the Comic-Con car, a replica of Daryl Dixon's motorcycle, the Captain America motorcycle, the Star Wars motorcycle, commemorative photos. I mean, this is huge.
With the number of attendees doubling from last year, it's going to be something that will be remembered for a very, very long time.
And I can't even describe how excited I am to once again be in a golf cart driving through the streets of Magna, Maine. And if it's doubling what happens last year, it's going to be a literal sea of people on that street that we're going to be all but plowing our way through. It's a really neat feeling, you know, you love that and you take it in.
We are showing the Creature Feature Show.
So, once again, Storm Van Guru rise from the grave! But I love this stuff, I get into it, I love it.
We have live music and entertainment on 2 stages all day long. There will be carnival rides, carnival games, and inflatables.
I can't wait to be at the party. It's going to be spooktacular, fangtastic, any of those cool words that we throw out there all the time. That's exactly what this event is going to be.
Not really sure what the future holds for the festival. At this point, we just kind of take it day by day and try and get through it and hope for even more next year and in the future, in the years to come.